All right, let's roll. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Honey Badger Hour podcast. It's your boy, the Badger, and we are back. Thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe on the little notification bell below. We are live breaking down UFC 304 this week. Before we get to that, oh my God, the Matrix has broken. We had the man, we had the myth, we had the legend, Jake Paul. Got it done once again, stopping Mike Perry. I want to say in the 6 rounds, put a whooping on him, came out guns a-blazing from round one, number one, dropped Mike Perry in maybe the first 30 seconds or something of the fight. Mike Perry came out hands down, chin up, and super undersized, and just was a perfect pick-em matchup. It was a perfect pick-em fight for Jake Paul. Jake Paul sparred Mike Perry a long time ago when he was first getting ready for his boxing career, but that was a long time ago. That was probably like 5-6 fights ago. You know, Jake Paul is now 10-1, slowly in front of our face, beating guys one by one. I mean, he's gonna have a boxing record like how guys have an MMA record pretty soon. And on top of that, he's got the money and he's got the best team and nutrition all behind him. So right now, the ball is really favoring Jake Paul. The odds are getting in his favor every fight. He's getting to a closer and closer, bigger and bigger fights, becoming a bigger star, and he's getting comfortable in the ring. He's fighting all the perfect style matchups that you want to face as a boxer coming up the rankings. So Jake Paul, he stops Mike Perry, outworked him the whole fight. He looked really good doing it. He looked fast. He looked sharp. He was popping that jab. He does a really good job of when he fights. He works that body, and then he comes over the top. That's how he knocked out Tyron Woodley. I want to say that's how he knocked out Van Askren. So this guy is like, he's becoming a problem, bro. His nickname's a problem child, and he's becoming a problem. He's beating everybody. He's making a mockery of all the MMA champs now. He just made a mockery of the bare knuckle champs. Some people weren't too sure. Like, some people weren't too keen on whether or not he was really that good with the bare knuckle. Like, I mean, if he was like too legit fighting all these different guys, people were saying that he wasn't legit. He fought an old Anderson Silva. He fought a Nate Diaz. It looked like he didn't want to show up. But he's fighting a lot of MMA fighters now. I don't know why he's doing this or why he's choosing this route. I would say he's choosing this route is because it's for the money. Like, if he can fight a bunch of known MMA fighters, right, that are all like really good fighters, pretty competent strikers, right? He fights these guys. They fight him for a good paycheck. A lot of these guys are just collecting a check, it seems like, when they go to fight Jake Paul. T. Woodley took it seriously the first fight. He had a close fight. He dropped Jake Paul. But then in the rematch, T. Woodley took that on about a week or 2 weeks' notice. So T. Woodley came on super short notice. And boxing, where it's like not only was he coming in on short notice, he was coming in on short notice in a sport that's not even his, right? So the guy only had one boxing fight, and he lost a decision to Jake Paul, who's not a boxer also at the time, right? So then that's when he knocked him out. He got caught kind of slipping on that one. He fought a guy with big power on short notice. Maybe he didn't trust the power that Jake Paul had from the first fight, but Jake Paul landed, connected, and he put him lights out. So that was a tough one to bear. That was a tough one to watch, okay? Seeing Jake Paul, boom, just smash Woodley like that. But then he did it again, man. He did it again. He dropped Anderson Silva, okay? Put Anderson Silva on his ass. And then he did it again with Nate Diaz. He dropped Nate Diaz also. I mean, I think this guy's dropped all the fighters he's fighting. Is he fighting now? The question is, it's like, why is he picking MMA? Does he have a beef with MMA, or is it just because they have the names, or is it the easiest fights? But it's really thrown a wrench into the whole system. The whole matrix has been disrupted, all right? Jake Paul keeps winning. However, However, there's a lot of people like coming at it completely fair, though. It is tough to say. All right, we don't really know. We don't really know what level Jake Paul is coming at us with, right? We don't know if Jake Paul is he's we don't know about like first of all, how much did he weigh on fight day and how much did Mike Perry weigh, right? I mean, you're talking about two completely different weight classes. I mean, there's a reason why they got weight classes in fighting, especially boxing. If there's a sport where weight classes mean the most, it's going to be usually where power comes into hand. You know, like when it comes to power, uh, you got to be like the weight is makes a big difference. So he looked massive, right? And then he fought a bare knuckle guy, where bare knuckle guys aren't the most, I guess, like they aren't the most clean with their technique, right? They're not the most well polished. Okay, they're not those well polished with the hands. It's a different style of fighting, right? When you think about bare knuckle compared to when you think about bare knuckle boxing compared to regular boxing, it's a totally different game. Bare knuckle, they charge with your forehead forward so the guys can break their hand on your face. And there's something about getting hit with real knuckles, like skin on skin, that's just different than anything else we've ever seen. Okay, that's what makes those bare knuckle fights so gruesome. Like a lot of boxers, they get hit a couple times in that stuff, and then they don't want no part of it. They're trying to get out. So, and Mike Perry has had some hard fights in bare knuckle. Another thing about Mike Perry is I don't think he's ever that guy is a natural athlete. You saw the tested for a long time. That guy is a real like martial artist. He's a real born fighter. So I don't think he would ever really dabble and dibble and dabble with the dark arts like that, right? And then Jake Paul was looking mad big. He's not looking, does not have a box. The thing with Jake Paul is, and I don't want to be sounding like a hater, but he just doesn't have like a boxer's physique, right? He's really jacked, you know. Like what kind of training, what kind of boxing training is he doing that he's so jacked like that? Like usually boxers get lean and mean when they fight, and they get really chiseled, but he's getting jacked. Like his frame kind of doesn't match boxing style, you know. Like I don't know. So he's really red. He looks kind of sus, you know. I ain't gonna lie, guys. He doesn't really test the eyeball test, but you know, I don't know if Mike Perry had the same, if he can do the same things, or if he's smart, right? Because it seems like he's fighting guys that are gonna always be clean athletes, um, and that might work in his favor a little bit. So he knows that everybody's playing everybody's playing fair. That's what he's gonna assume, or that's what you're gonna assume. But then I saw Michael Bisping. I saw a couple other good guys that made some good points. Michael Bisping was like, "Yo, this guy wouldn't be able to fight in Las Vegas, right? Because in Las Vegas they probably have proper water testing, athletic committees. That's like the boxing capital of the world. So I think they might be on that a little more, right? If he was going to fight in Las Vegas or a sanctioned place like that. So that one's up in the air. But Mike Perry, a little bit older, bare knuckle fighter, super outsized. So it's hard, man. It's hard not to hate. You know, I don't want to take nothing away from Jake Paul. He keeps winning. I mean, listen, the Mike Perry fight, I had a feeling the last couple fights, I had a feeling he was going to win. Nate Diaz also just on the side advantage that he had, and his boxing prowess, man. Like he showed in some of these fights, like he does make a lot of mistakes. He's still very he does make like some rookie moves a little bit, I guess. You know, sometimes his legs cross. You know, his hands will come down very often. He looks a little bit scared sometimes when he's fighting. Like he look a little bit shook, like he's trying to get comfortable in there. That you don't really see at the high level, but he's not there yet, right? He's trying to get there. But at the pace that he's on, guys, I mean, how many people in their first 10 fights fight under those bright lights like that? How many people fight like that under those bright lights with all those people watching, all those fans? I mean, some guys go their first 15 fights in small shows, no interviews, no media, no press, no nothing. They just literally got to show up and fight, and they're done. I mean, Jake Paul from the very beginning has been doing this like a professional athlete. He's been having media days. He's been having open workouts. I mean, his whole life has been under the camera. It's crazy. It's like a real life. This is like a Truman Show for boxing. And this is the guy who restarted from scratch. Everybody's like, oh, he's a Disney kid. He's a Disney kid. I'm like, yo, I don't know what you guys are talking about. This kid is more than a Disney kid, obviously. This kid's an athlete. Like, he's jacked. He's fast. He's explosive. He's got knockout power. And he's highly intelligent because he can make all this money and has all these businesses. I mean, this guy's running businesses, running YouTube channels, and boxing at the highest level, promoting guys that aren't that promotable sometimes, you know, making people that honestly some people never really cared to see fight. Like Tyron Woodley was always pretty boring, but But when Tyron Woodley starts to fight Jake Paul, you're like, all right, this guy's all right. He's not that boring, right? So Jake Paul defeats Mike Perry. Then he makes the bold choice of he tries to call out Alex Pereira. I thought that was a little bit crazy. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about Alex Pereira, our boy Alex Pereira getting called out by Jake Paul? Then these guys even had a Tom Aspinal and Daniel Wood. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, for sure, bro. Good call. Yo, what up, Blue? All right, I just saw the chat right now. What's up, guys? All right, let's get into the fight card. So, sorry about that, guys. Let's check it out. Jake Paul, all right, he knocked out Mike Perry. He called out Alex Pereira. He called out a guy that is in a different sport. Now, here's the thing. Why are you calling out these MMA fighters in boxing, bro? Why don't you call out – if you're going to fight boxing, you need to call out boxing. Go to sport jiu-jitsu, you call out sport jiu-jitsu guys. But why are you fighting boxing, calling out guys that are training MMA? Alex Pereira right now is boxing sparring once or twice a week and doing jiu-jitsu. He's doing grappling. He's doing wall work. He's doing takedown defense. I mean, this guy's going to be trying to fight John Jones. You don't need to be worrying. This guy ain't just doing boxing once, 3 times a day like you are, man. So what is the point of calling out a guy? I mean, Alex Pereira is trying to fight John Jones, my man. He's trying to fight John Jones, Tom Aspinall, all right? Israel Stylebender is still lurking in the background, okay? At 205, he's got a killer's row. All these guys are coming after him right now. And you're going to be talking about calling him out in a boxing fight, bro? You just won a boxing fight against a bare-knuckle fighter, all right, who doesn't even in the UFC anymore. So he's getting a little bit crazy with it, bro. It's like, yo, my mans, what is your deal? What are you doing? Are you fighting boxing or you want to fight MMA? So that one's getting annoying already. It's like, listen, I don't know why you're calling out Alex Pereira. You need to be calling out Benavidez, okay, Dimitri, the guy who just fought Benavidez. Why aren't you calling out one of these guys? These are proper big boxers like you. And honestly, those guys are 165, 170. So you need to be calling out light heavyweight boxers that weigh 200 pounds, not 200-pound MMA fighters and welterweights that are fighting in bare knuckle. All right, my man? So a little food for thought. Just was something I was thinking about right there. A little ranty rant. But shout out to Jake Paul. Not hating. Still understand what he's doing. He's a millionaire. What the hell do I know? I'm out here from the goddamn couch talking shit. You feel me? It's just kind of crazy though. As a fan or however you want to call it, analyst, listen, man, I just don't understand why you're calling out. This is like me fighting in playing basketball and calling out NFL players, It's a different sport. Boxing is a totally different sport. You wear shoes, you fight in a ring. It's a sweet science. It's dangerous, it's deadly. It's the man sport. It's the man dance, 100%. But we've already got through this. Like, this guy's trying to bring back UFC 1 rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already went through this. So, anyways, guys, comment below. What do you think is next for Jake Paul? Who does he fight next? All right. Like, I wish that the Nate Diaz that showed up for Jorge Masvidal would show up for Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? That would be a real fight. That would be a great fight. The Nate Diaz that fought Jorge Masvidal, that guy looks ready to go. He looks super ripped, in shape. It looks like he got a hold for the boxing game again. So maybe a rematch with Nate Diaz. I'd love to see that, but he already beat Nate Diaz pretty candidly. I mean, Nate Diaz didn't really do anything to enjoy or even deserve a rematch. So what do you say, boys? Anyways, moving on. UFC 305, 304, pardon my French. It's going to be in England. We got the big dog. The welterweight title is on the line. Leon Edwards is taking on Tom Aspinall. I'm sorry. Your boy's fried. Leon Edwards is taking on, we got Belal Mohammed for the second fight in a row. Belal Mohammed is back in the picture, fighting in the rematch. The first fight got stopped because of a legal eye poke. All right. Now we're fighting in the rematch to make things right. They had a weird disruption in their first fight. Nothing really happened. So now it's time to see, when push comes to shove, who's the big dog. Leon Edwards is no he is no stranger to a rematch. He is ready to go. He's had rematches before. He's had trilogies. This is not his first rodeo. He's faced the same adversary more than once in his life. He's in the prime of his career. He's looking shredded and ripped in all the countdowns, all right? My man is looking proper legit. He's taking on Belal Mohammed, maybe the most boring and cringe fighter that I've watched in the UFC. I'm not the biggest. Listen, I love all these guys. I think they're great fighters. Just, I don't know. I'm not like a big Belal guy. But he's really good. He does his thing. He takes guys out. He fights hard. So I'm not going to hate on Belal Mohammed. He's fought a lot of good guys, okay? Belal has fought in, all right, 23-3, bro. That's a crazy record, all right? Belal has fought in, who does he beat? He built Gilbert Burns. But here's the catch, guys. He built Gilbert Burns a long time ago, man. That was in May last year. This guy fought Gilbert Burns more than a year ago. He hasn't fought since then. He's taken off. He beat Sean Brady in a tough fight in Abu Dhabi, in a really good fight. All right. This guy beat Vicente Luque. He beat Stephen Thompson. He beat Leon Edwards. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, bro. Don't sleep on Belal Mohammed. This is a bad mamma jamma, all right? He's representing the big dogs. He's out here. I think he's Afghanistani. I think he's from Afghan, or no, he's Palestinian and shit. Oh, snap, he's Palestinian. So he's American, but he is Palestinian. He is Palestinian. This guy is fighting with a lot of rage right now, a lot of love. And he's coming hungry, man. He's focused. He's been training with Khabib. It's going to be a hard fight for Leon Edwards. But Leon Edwards just facing a really tough wrestler in Colby Covington, taking him down, making him tired, okay? Defeating Kamaru Usman, another really good wrestler, knocking out Kamaru Usman, okay? Stopping Nate Diaz. Wow, all right, so look at this, guys. It's kind of a tough call. Leon Edwards' last fight before fighting for the title was Nate Diaz, okay? But compared, all right, he fought Nate Diaz, a little bit older fighter, Rafael Dos Anjos, a little bit older UFC fighter, Gunnar Nelson, a little bit older UFC fighter, Donald Cerrone, a little bit older UFC fighter. Now look at this, though. This is why MMA math don't add up. Leon Edwards fought. That was his last run of UFC wins, right? This guy's never lost. Then Belal Mohammed, this big dog, the bully, he's got a sick record too, man. Check out Belal Mohammed, though. Belal Mohammed, he fought Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady, Vicente Luque, Stephen Thompson, Damian Maia. Yo, don't slip on Belal Mohammed, guys. I might have to do, I'm not doing, oh, snap. Is it Belal Mohammed's time? Let's check out his age. Let's see his age, yo. If Belal Mohammed's age is under 33, I think he can take this. 1988. Ooh, I don't know if he makes the cut, boys. What do you guys think? He's 36. I don't know if you're winning a title at 36, man, at today's day and age, you know. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Are you winning a title at 36 years old? Let's see. Yeah, Leon Edwards, 32 years old, prime time of his life. Impossible to take down. Too slick on the feet. I think he gets the job done. Belal Mohammed had a problem with Sean Brady. Sean Brady was putting on good work on him until he was able to turn the tides. So I'm sticking with Leon Edwards. I think Leon Edwards will knock him out in the second round. He's feeling himself, and he's in the prime of his career. So, guys, Belal Mohammed takes on Leon Edwards. I'm going with Leon Edwards. Second round knockout. In the co-main event, which is weird. I guess it's because of the interim title. That's why we're not going to have him as a main event. But the fight that nobody asked for, the interim title that nobody wanted, we have Tom Aspinal taking on Curtis Blades. I've never really seen guys have seen Curtis Blades. Man, the only time I've seen Curtis Blades fight, he's lost, right? Now he's fighting for a title. Let's check out the Carfax on Curtis Blades. My dog is 18-4, 33 years old, so passes one qualification. For a heavyweight, not as important as for the lighter weights like lightweight, welterweight, and below. His last win was against Jayton Almeida. He knocked him out. I saw that fight. But then before that fight, he got knocked out by Sergey Pavlik. So, man. Oh, snap. That's right. Oh, guys. Man, retarded. Oh, my bad. Yo, he fought Tom Aspinal, and Tom Aspinal hurt his knee. So this is a rematch. This is a rematch. They fought before. But guys, I've been keeping my eyes on Tom Aspinall. This guy is the great white hype. He's the next big thing, even though not that young. Wow, not too many young heavyweights in the league right now, huh? Because he's 31 years old, and this is like the youngest new thing we got. He just knocked out and destroyed Sergey Pavlik really bad. Okay, Sergey Pavlik just beat Curtis Blade, so it's crazy how life works out like that, right? Now, this guy is no joke, man. We got Sergey Pavlik, we got Curtis Blades taking on Tom Aspinall. I'm going with Tom Aspinall, guys. I'm going with Tom Aspinall by first round knockout. I feel like he gets the night started. We're gonna have a really crazy night. And I feel like he's the one that's really going to blow the lid off of this place. He's the hometown guy fighting in England. Now, these guys are fighting at 4 in the morning in England, which is kind of weird, all right? That is one thing. So they're going to be fighting like at a weird time, all right? And I know that Volk's going to be in England. He's going to be there with Shay at the fights because my boy Shay is opening up a gym this weekend. Shout out to Shay Walsh MMA and the boys over there at Shay Walsh MMA down in Lancaster with my man Shay Walsh. You're training with the best, all right? And God bless you guys and good luck in the grand opening. It's going to be the great opening. They already have a spot open, but they're going to redo it, and then the Volk is going to be out there. He's going to do a seminar. These guys are going to train, and they're going to bless the place with the UFC featherweight GOAT of the world. So that's going to be amazing. Shout out to Shay Walsh MMA. Love you guys. All right, Curtis Blades. I think, guys, I'm going Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is going to knock out Curtis Blade. He's going to get that done, and we're going to do this, man. I think that's how it's going to be. I think that's how it's going to be. All right, let's check it out. Let's share the screen time. All right, boom, bomb. All right, guys, so here we go. We got our man Tom Aspinall. Boom, boom, boom. Let's check it out. And then in our co-main event, in the third fight of the night, oh, this is a good fight, guys. We got Bobby Green taking on Paddy Pimblett. Yo, this is a good fight. Do you guys think Paddy Pimblett has what it takes to stop Bobby Green? That is the question, guys. What do you think? Do you think that Paddy Pimblett has what it takes to beat Bobby Green? This is a tough fight. He should have the grappling, but Bobby Green's a G. Bobby Green has fought some really good strikers. He's fought some really good grapplers. Will fucking the Paddy Pimblett train stop here, or will it keep on going? That place is going to go absolutely nuts when he comes out. I'm going with, oh, guys, this is a tough one. I'm going with Paddy Pimblett. I say he's going to get the job done. Legit. All right. He should win by submission, but don't slip on Bobby Green. We're going to check the odds on that one. All right. But, man, that's a tough fight. Then we got our man RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez. This guy is a machine, all right? Taking on Christian Leroy Duncan. I'm going with Leroy Duncan, the British, all right? I'm going with the Brits, the hometown kids on this one. And then to start off the night, guys, we got a real banger. We got Giga Gigetsi taking on Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen is legit. All right, had a really tough fight against Mavzer. I thought he won that fight, or he could have won that fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a very, very close fight on a guy who could be a future champion again. So, very hard fight. I'm going with Arnold Allen on this one. I think he's a little bit more well-rounded. Both guys are hometown guys. Giga is, I want to say like he's from Jordan or something, but he lives in England, represents England, London. So, I'm putting the house on. I'm setting my money on Arnold Allen for that one. I got him winning a decision, grinding it out. Arnold Allen's not the type to lose 2 in a row. And for the sleeper fights for this card, guys, there is a sleeper fight. I don't know why this is on the prelims. This kid is undefeated. All right. This guy got like a 25-0 record as an amateur. I trained with him in Thailand when I used to train at Tiger Muay Thai. He's now training at Bang Tao MMA with the boys. All right. Mohammed Mokaev, all right, is taking on Manal Cape. Manel Cape was just about to fight Kakar França. So this is like a title eliminator fight, if you ask me, guys. Whoever wins this fight fights for the title next. This is a crazy rise to the flyweight title. Okay, guys. Muhammad Makarov. I don't know why this fight isn't on the main card. This fight should be on the main card so that everybody can see the coming out party for Muhammad, because Makarov is the real deal, bro. This guy is hungry and coming after it. All right. So Manel Cape, really tough, really explosive, real dangerous fighter, had a lot of power. So really excited about this fight. I got Muhammad Makarov. Good test, but I think he's gonna out grapple and out handle, outman Manel Cape. So put the money on Makarov. Every other fight, great card overall, guys. Excited to see how these guys are gonna react when they're fighting at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I think this card is gonna start for the American time. So since it's gonna start for the American time, they're going to start at English time, which is going to think it's 7 hours ahead. So the main card in Miami, the main event in Miami is like 12 o'clock, which is crazy. So anyways, guys,